Hi and welcome to the NLP UK Training podcast. I'm Callie Fraser.
And I'm Steve Kay.
And today we're going to really expand on something that we talked about last time when we talked about timeline therapy. And that's about that feeling stuck stage that sometimes we get into. I know that throughout my life, there's been various points where I felt really, really stuck.
Do you know, I went into a job and it was the first one that I applied for, having been made redundant, even though I got a packet of money in the bank from the previous company. And I took it, and I knew in the first week it wasn't right for me, but I stayed there. And then they paid for a master's degree, and it was kind of okay. And the reason why I stayed there is because I didn't know it, but I got a limiting belief of not being good enough, which I didn't discover until about 8 years later.
If you think that's bad, Steve.
Yeah.
I did exactly the same thing.
My elephant's got a bigger box than yours.
I did the exact same thing with a relationship.
Oh.
I can remember moving in with this guy, and about a week after moving in thinking, I shouldn't have done this. Nearly 10 years it took me to get myself unstuck from that.
Wow.
And it was just a construct. I wasn't really struck. The only thing that was keeping me struck was myself.
Yeah.
Because I didn't believe that I had any options.
Right.
And it's so funny to think back and realise that I thought like that at the time.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people live in this kind of grey zone, and it's kind of like life's okay at work. I've got a good career. It's paying the mortgage. I've got enough left over for a holiday at the end of the year. I can pay for the school uniforms. We can go out for dinner a couple of times a month. But God, it's boring.
It's a grind.
It's a grind.
Yeah.
And then they retire, and suddenly they're free, and no more PowerPoints, no more kowtowing to their big boss, no more fitting in and being seen to fit in.
But why would you wait till retirement?
Because they don't think they've got any other options or choices because of that limiting belief that they don't know they've got.
And sometimes it's not just it's that limiting beliefs, and it's also what we've kind of had fed into our scripts as well.
Of course it is, yeah.
So, if you come from, a family where no one in that family has ever run their own business, you wouldn't even consider that running your own business would be an option.
No, you have to be employed.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a blue chip company. It has to be a blue chip company, by the way. It has to be blue chip.
So how do we unstick ourselves? So I think that the first thing for me is recognizing that when you're saying to yourself, I'm stuck, it's just a story that
you might not be saying I'm stuck. You might just be not like being fulfilled. Like, thank God it's Friday. Oh, it's Monday on after the weekend. Oh, I've got to go back to work after my holiday. And you may have spent a lot of money on your holiday, but 2 days before you're due to fly back, you're thinking, oh, I've got to go back to that place. Yeah. And you start checking emails and looking at it, and then you go back. Or it might not be to that degree. It might just be you're doing quite well. You kind of enjoy your job. You're getting on in your career. I was talking to a guy called Richard last week. Richard used to be a very, very senior guy in a corporate client of ours, an old corporate client of ours. And we got in touch. We kept in touch on LinkedIn. And Richard's bought a business doing apprenticeships and other things. And he said, I kind of realised my career was probably plateauing and I needed to do something else. So he took the brave step in his 50s of him and his wife buying a business. And he's really good. He's doing well, and it's great to see. But it took him that long before he realised that, yes, he was successful. He got loads of qualifications. He did, the CMI level 7 with us, back in 2010. And he was a real high flyer, a great senior sales guy, but felt he was plateauing, not going anywhere.
Not quite.
So you don't have to be like not loving your job and hating it. You can be like, well, it's pretty good. But then somebody kind of whispers in your ear, your inner wisdom, and says, you don't really like it, do you? It's not really giving you what you could have. You're just repeating yourself. You're doing the same thing you were doing last time. So wake up.
And I think that's the key thing. It is about waking up and realizing that it's just a story that we tell ourselves that we have to do this job or be in this industry or earn this salary or follow this path. It's just a story. What is it that you really want? What other options do you have? And I think that's the thing. People don't see the options that are available.
It's really funny because we were talking about this earlier. I said, how many people come on the NLP practitioner who want to have their own training or coaching business? Is it around 75%? You said, no, it's nowhere near that. You said it's nearer 40% until they start doing the course and getting rid of some limiting beliefs. Yeah. So they come on it because they're feeling a bit stuck and they want something new, but they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And then they get kind of like after day 2, day 3, they've got rid of quite a bit of stuff already. And then they're like looking around and going, "Ooh, Callie looks very happy. Yeah. I wonder how she managed to get like that." And then they kind of get into the second week and it's like they do the timeline therapy, have a really, really good cleanup. And then they start talking about, oh, can we do anything about setting your own business up? Yeah, well, we do that. We do that on our Ignite program if you'd like to do that. Or if you do Master Practitioner, you can join the Accelerate program, which is free. And so they kind of wake up to it, don't they? Yeah. But it's because those limiting beliefs kind of start falling away. And so then they start seeing options that they'd never, ever seen before. I know when I joined Autoglass a long time ago, I'd worked in manufacturing up until then. And Autoglass was like, replacement windscreens, repairing windscreens. 200 branches all over the UK, which they've obviously changed the structure since then. But I was like, I'd never worked in the service industry before. It was like, I'm traveling around in my company car with my car phone, doing lots of miles, meeting lots of people, and seeing something I'd never, ever seen before. I'd made thermostats and worked in high-tech manufacturing. I'd not seen the service industry. It was like a whole new world. I didn't know this kind of thing existed. And it's like that when you wake up to it, and usually get these little signs from your inner wisdom saying, you're bored here. You're not really enjoying it. You're just repeating what you've done before. But then you'll have a good day and some good results. Yeah. And you'll go back into your comfort zone. And you'll still be having a good time and a good career and maybe earning much. But something will be eating away, won't it?
So how do we get out of that unstuckness? What's your top tip for everyone listening to get out of that stuck state?
Listen to your own advice, listen to your inner wisdom. Like with me, it was like, well, there's going to be a reorganisation. Do you know Helen DeSantos? She used to work at Stoke-on-Trent City Council. She had her own really successful well-being coaching training business for about 10 years now. And they used to say, the position you're in no longer exists or something like that. I mean, it was worse than that.
Yeah.
And she's like, the first one comes along in like 2010 or 11. And she's like, come on. And, oh no, your position's safe. I was like, so then the next one comes along a year later. It's like, come on. Give me this package. And it's like, anyway, by the third one, she finally got released. But by then, she'd already built up part-time a successful coaching business, doing timeline therapy with people and breakthrough days and earning really good money and doing something that she really, really loved. So it's kind of like waiting for the time when you can take the step. Some people wait for a redundancy. Other people like build up enough to take the plunge. Or like Nicola.
Yeah.
She was an HR manager. She decided she wanted to change where she lived so her family could be with her son in Lincoln. So she decided on the NLP Practitioner last November that she was going to take the plunge.
Yeah.
And then a few months ago, she did the same with her HR manager's job. Yeah. Because she was bored.
And this is
she was really bored.
She was bored. She was fed up. She wasn't feeling fulfilled. And she listened to that and she took some action.
Yeah.
You know, she's moved down to Lincolnshire now. She's got a beautiful new house. She's given up her HR job, is doing what she loves. She's setting up her own coaching and training business. You know, she's in a fortunate
she's been doing
position.
it for a few months now.
Absolutely. You know, that's all in the space of what,
8 months.
8 months.
Yeah, it's good. So it's very doable.
Very, very doable. You're never stuck. It's just an illusion. So just keep that in mind. Whenever you think that you might be stuck, you're just not seeing the options that are available to you.
And usually the limiting beliefs are what's forming that blind spot.
Yeah. That
you don't know you've got. So wake up.
So again, guys, if you'd like more information about what we do, go and have a gander at our website at nlpuktraining.com and get in touch. We'll see you next time.